Assalamualaikum.
Waalaikumsalam.
How are you, brother?
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah. Please come in by.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I already cooked for you baked beef ribs.
Oh,
So
wow.
we're gonna enjoy together. Okay, my book.
Wow.
This is my straight from the pot, my beef ribs.
Ooh. Wow, look at that. That's huge.
Beef ribs from ourpasta.com.
Okay.
So they give us amazing piece, fresh and everything looks so fresh.
Wow. Okay.
Please have yourself. Tell me how it tastes.
Oh, I just can't wait.
So first, I marinate the beef. I marinate with salt first, the night before. Thaw it. The next day, I marinate with all the spices, and then baked it for 2 hours. And then I coated it with my special sauce, special barbecue sauce. Put it in the oven for 5 minutes. Brought it out, coat it again, in again for 5 minutes, and that's it.
Wow. So it's not two and a half hours. Eh?
Yeah, it's about 2 and a
It
half hours.
started the day before.
Oh, yeah, the preparation, yeah. Mehboob, this is especially for you. You will have original sushi cake today with teh tarik. Tell me more about your work life right now, with the current situation. How have you been coping? How have you been occupying your time and all the stuff, Mehboob?
Yeah, I've always been on the road. You know, sometimes we got to be careful what we wish for. You know, there have been times in my life when I hardly spend any time with the family. Right? Family always comes first.
Yeah.
Right? Your religion, your family, you know, and friends, right?
True.
We hardly have time for each other. we hardly have time to even sit down like this
Very true.
and have a conversation, you know,
Yes.
heart-to-heart conversation.
Yes,
So
true.
this COVID has actually reset a lot of things, make us actually realize that life is more than just career and money.
It's a blessing in
It's a
disguise.
blessing, yes. So I've been blessed that, you know, before I never actually took the time to think about all these matters. But now I've realized that maybe it's time to go a different direction. Just like what you did,
Okay.
maybe I'm really thinking about
Okay.
how can I give back to the society, because we've taken so much from it.
True.
Right?
Very true.
So we've been blessed. That's becoming my focus now. How can I give back to society?
Mashallah. So what's your plan right now? What's your...
So the first step, naturally, because we have an organization, Faith Heart.
Okay. Yeah.
So that organization allows me to reach out to people. You know,
Yeah.
you know, I've seen, you know, during this COVID period, we've been doing charity works, and when we visit the families, and when we hear they're not sending the kids to school because they have no pocket money, that breaks my heart. I mean, there are people who are out there who really need help. Be it financial, be it in other ways, right? How we throw away things so easily, right? My kids outgrew their shoes and we throw it away, right? We never even give it a thought about giving it to somebody else. You know, in the past I used to think that maybe it's not good to give something that I've used
Yeah.
to somebody
Yeah.
less deserving, and this for me was disrespectful.
Yeah.
But then now, you know, it's better to have something than not to have
Yeah,
it,
true,
right?
very true.
So I think it's all about change.
So where did you get to meet these people, and what kind of category of people you help?
Typically, what happens is that we focus on people who are in rental flats.
Okay.
Rental flats and then single mothers. So we find our focus area is single mothers because they need to bring up their children, and single-handedly bring them up is a struggle for them.
True.
Right?
Very true.
They got to balance between a job and looking after the kids, and finance is always a challenge for them. So we are now focusing on these people. We have a list, we focus on this list. Yeah. So the job will never be done. Right? We can only impact certain number of people, but I think just starting there, it's a great start.
True.
So we will hope that more people will come on board and support us. Right?
Sure.
But again, I think finance is not the only thing that we are looking for. Money is not the only thing, right?
Yeah.
It's the time. The world is becoming a very explosive area. Right?
Very harsh ground.
Yeah, very harsh.
Would you like to share with us an incident or a story of someone you went to visit that you will never forget for life? That we can bring back, and we can start, maybe motivated with whatever you're doing and follow your footsteps, inshallah. You want to share with us?
Sure. There are many people I've seen like that, but this particular person went to his house, rang the doorbell just like I rang your doorbell, and he invited me into his house, and we sat down, we had a conversation, and then he stopped and asked me, "Brother, what race are you?" We were just sitting, just like you and me, we were sitting just across the table, and he was asking me, "What race are you?" So in my mind, I was thinking, is he trying to be, So then he told me, he said, "I apologize because ever since I had a stroke, I can only see the world in black and white.
Oh, mashallah.
If there's something in front of me, it's black. But I can't see anything than the black mess. So because I'm blocking the light, it's a black mess for him. When there's nothing in front of him, it's white.
Oh, so it's not.
He can't see my features, he can't see anything.
He's not even colorblind.
He's not even colorblind. He says, "Thank God, I can still listen to people and I can have a conversation with people, and that lifts my spirits." So I said, wow, what do we have to be grateful for? We have everything, and yet we're looking for more.
Thank you so much for sharing, giving that ignition for us to start charity also.
Alhamdulillah.
Because if you have not done that before, I would not have came up and got the thought to do it by myself also, right?
I must give thanks to a young man called Imran. When I went to the coffee shop, I saw a young boy with no legs on a wheelchair punching away on a keyboard. No computer, just on a keyboard, and he was so happy. I was like looking at the side of my corner of my eyes. I said, why is he so happy? Here we are, miserable people. And this young boy without legs in a wheelchair is punching away and is happy. I couldn't help myself. I finished my dinner, I walked up to the shop and I asked him, who is this boy? And he says, he's my son. I said, "Sir, can I ask you, why is he so happy?" He says, he's so happy because since birth, he's been in hospital. Now he's outside hospital, so he's happy. The second thing he said is because he can see a lot of new things. Last time he used to see doctors and nurses only. Now he sees a lot more people, so he's happy. And the third thing that he said shocked me. He says, now he can help others. It really hit me. I said, "I'm sorry, could you help me to understand what he's able to help others means?" And he said, the father said, he says, "Every day my son is waiting for me to close the shop, and whatever food that we have, he'll be feeding all the stray cats. And that makes him happy."
Wow.
That was a wake-up call for me. What have I done with my life? I've done nothing to give back to anybody till then. So Imran taught me a lesson that day. And the next day, I walked up to a charity organization and I said, "What can I do here?" And that's how my journey started.
Alhamdulillah.
Sorry. But there's a lot of people, if we can take lessons from them, regardless of age, they are there to teach us. God has sent people to us to teach us, to show us, to guide us. And hopefully we take the lessons from them. Sorry, so many stories to tell.
Men do cry.
You know, all of us go through different experiences in life that shapes our decision making. You know, one of the things that happened to me, my personal life, which until today, you know, I cannot forgive myself for it.
Wow, inshallah.
I used to have a friend.
You mind sharing?
Yeah. And that's why my wife says you're a very gullible person. You know, I used to have a friend who used to borrow money. And, you know, what he does with the money, I don't know. But I'll be his last resort all the time. And I'll bail him out. Because he's a very good friend, childhood friend. One day I was traveling and I used to help. But this time, I decided to stick to it. I said, no, you need to change, right? This is where it stops, right? And I refused to take his calls. The next thing I know, when I came back from my flight, he committed suicide. He did tell me, you are my last resort. I have nobody else to turn to. If you turn me down, I have nothing. And this time I decided to stick to my guns and said no. Until today, I'm living with it. And that's why.
That's more painful than anything else. Your own good friend.
Yeah.
Inshallah. May Allah SWT give you ease in your heart.
That's right.
Inshallah.
That's why, you know, when people ask you, even you have something, give. It's okay even if they're cheating you. The hand that gives is better than the hand that takes, right? Because if you give, whatever you keep is not yours. When you go to the grave, you bring nothing with you, right? Well, whatever you give comes back to you through a prayer, through a thank you, through gratitude, through some acts of kindness. So this is my life lesson. That if I can, I'll give.
A good lesson for us, a good knowledge to share. So everybody opens up and thinks about it and try to do something about it. So right now, tell me something that makes you happy, makes you share incidents that makes you happy, be it family or be it anything else.
You know, happy. There's so many things to be happy about. Mm-hmm. Just looking at wife and children and families, it makes you happy.
But cheers you up.
Yeah, actually, trying to make a difference in people's lives makes me happy. So success is something like not how you have lived your life, but how you have touched others' lives. So I think touching lives is beautiful. And many people have touched my life. And I'm grateful for that. People who have said very few things and has got a deep, profound impact on me, like Imran. So I've seen a lot of people, a blind man who's able to memorize the entire Quran. All right? That brings a joy to me that a person of that caliber can put in so much effort to do that work, and yet people of full faculties like us.
Yeah, why me also Ustaz Mustafa?
Yes, Mustafa, yes. That's the man. Yes, I was talking about him. Yes, correct. Oh, so you know him, yes. So
my siblings were all learning from him.
There you go. He puts me to shame. Right? So a lot of things that we have, we can use just to touch people's lives. Right? That's all.
Where we can look for you.
Sure.
Or how you can volunteer or send our support to your organization.
We are www.faithhub.com, and if they really want to come on board, drop us an email, give us a call. I think more importantly, whether you come on board doesn't matter, but in your own capacity, do something good. Every day, don't stop doing good, right? Find opportunities to do good. Seek it out. Seek opportunities for yourself to do good. This is humanity. This is for the sake of humanity, not just for the sake of the Muslims or others, but it's for the sake of the humanity.
True.
All of us here exist in this world for one reason, to coexist peacefully.
True.
So hopefully we can propagate peace and love each other and nurture and support each other.
Sure.